Yo, it's Alliance War, and the stakes are high. Lord Shadow steps up, he's ready to fly. Questions in the air, they start to rain. Can Lord clear his lane without any strain? How many deaths will Lord give out this war? He gotta maintain, find the best counter for the fender. Lord Shadow's skill, he's the ultimate contender. Maps laid out, it's a treacherous path, but Lord's got the skills. He's done the math, checking the nodes, planning the attack. He's moving forward, there's no turning back.
Hey everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So, we are starting off new season 55, First War. Let's see who they have banned. Okay, Luke Cage, Void, and Silk. Of those three, Silk is the one that kind of hurts because she's really good for this particular meta. But we've got these ban immune champions, and I like the fact that all the deathless are ban immune. That's kind of cool. All right, so we're going up against an alliance called Astonishing X-Men. Okay. Let's take a look here. See what their defense looks like. Oh, okay. So we got Wong, who's a tactic defender. We've got Omega Sentinel. We've got Viv Vision. And we've got Future Ant-Man. So I'm going to tell you right now, Corvus, he better have Corvus in here. Corvus can do these fights. And let me see. I'm not going to even look. Just look over here. Let me check the spreadsheet because it doesn't matter what I think unless I know who he's assigned me to. All right. So he's got me fighting Wong with Sandman. I like it. Corvus for Omega Sentinel. Corvus for Viv Vision. And Corvus for Future Ant-Man. No surprise there. All right. And let me see. Do they have me? Yep. Maestro. Kushala. Okay. That should be interesting. Who's on node 45? That's Maestro. So Hazard, Shift, Shock, and Bleed. Is Kushala immune to Shock? I know she's immune to Bleed. But, okay. We should be able to do that fight. Let me... Shock and Bleed. You know, that would have been perfect for Corvus as well. But Maestro, he can be annoying. But yeah, I don't have a problem with this. So that looks like that's what we're going to go in with. Okay, so we've got Sandman, we've got Corvus, and we got Kushala. Okay, let's get on with the fighting. All right, we're going to go in with Corvus, Kushala, and Sandman. I really do like Sandman, and you guys will see why in a little bit here. Now, there was only one fight that I was really concerned with here. And more on that when we get there. But this first fight is against Wong. Now, I remember a little bit about fighting Wong. I remember to watch his charges, and if they get too high, I think it's what, 80 or 100 or something, you need to knock him down. Otherwise, he's going to wreck you. All right. However, I've got Sandman, so not too worried about it. So I'm sitting here, I'm watching, I'm like, okay, this should be good. This should be good. And I thought about whether I should boost up here, you know, just in case. Okay. This is the first fight of the season, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to mess up, okay? And I don't want to lose and wish I had boosted. You know what I mean? And as you saw in my inventory, I have a bunch in the overflow. So I've learned how to play Sandman, and there is a different rotation that you need to do based on the fight that you're doing. These kind of fights where you want to put a lot of debuffs on them quickly, you want to fire your special one off as soon as you can, okay? And then just keep hitting them and just keep the debuffs on them. That is pretty much what you want to do in this meta. Now, what I had been doing when I first came into the, was it? I'm trying to remember. I think it was the last season where I started using Sandman. But what I tried to do is I tried to do a special 2. And by the time I got to a special 2, if I was facing a tactic defender, I would get messed up. So when I'm facing a tactic defender in this meta, I want to try to put, as many debuffs, and that's a special 1 as soon as possible. In fact, you can just keep on, spamming special 1s if you want to. That works. All right, now we've got Omega Sentinel on this node. She gets a lot of armor up, so she's annoying unless you have somebody like Corvus who can armor break. Okay, now you see I'm doing, medium light. That's to keep her armors down. Okay, every time you do the same attack twice, same attack in a row, she can get an armor up. But I can always break it. So I'm not too worried, and I don't want to, put a lot of armors up on her because of the node. See, look at this. Easy. All right, now Corvus has a charge. Now I could have pushed her to, I think it's 4 or 5, and I would have gotten auto blocked, and I could get an auto block charge. However, that's dangerous, especially in war, because that auto block can trigger, and probably will, a parry, stun, and you can get wrecked real quick. So I just played it safe. Now we've got Viv Vision. Viv Vision is very easy on any node on my path with Corvus. And you're about to see why. She gets a lot of armor ups in the beginning. Bam! All of them are armor broke. Look at this. 17 armor breaks. Look at this. And she's done. If you blinked, you may have missed it. And I'm dead serious. If you didn't see it, go back. That's a 5-second fight. Corvus rips her apart, and that is what it looks like no matter where she is on that path. Because she gets a lot of armor ups. And he will convert every one of those armor ups into armor breaks and just tear her apart. Okay? Now, I got others that I can use if they ban Corvus, but Corvus does some work. Now, I don't like using Corvus for future Ant-Man, but he can do it. And I was doing something here, and it wasn't quite working, and I'm not quite sure why. So my plan of attack is to try to avoid the armor ups, even though when he gets an armor up, it'll put a shock on me. Corvus don't care. But I want to try to fight it without him getting tons of armor ups, because that's going to make the fight last longer, and there's more of a chance that I can make a mistake. Okay, so I'm looking here, and I'm like, okay, he's got an armor up there, I think. Okay, and I'm like, why isn't it going away? All right, there we go. Got some of them going away. And so I'm like, all right, I'm trying to get a intercept in, because, and then he does that. I'm like, what in the world is going on that I can't intercept? He intercepted my intercept. Come on, man. So what I'm trying to do here is just get that intercept so I can get some of his armor ups off. Oh, there we go. But then I looked up and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. He still got armor. Okay, wait, that one went away. It just seems really inconsistent to me, so I wasn't sure if I was doing it right. Then he did that again. And I'm like, come on, man. See, look at that. I got that. What it could be is that the glancing is keeping me from being able to do that. All right. There we go. So I just started, because he got me in a corner. Okay. And so I'm like pushing him back because I do not like being in that corner. All right. And so just trying to bait this out. Not going the way that I planned it, but it's not going terrible. And then, of course, that. I really hate when that happens. I really do. Okay? But, you know, I'm sitting here trying not to do full combos so that I get stunned, because I'm not quite sure why that happens. And then we got him down. Like I said, I really don't like using Corvus against future Ant-Man, but he can do it. And, you know, I've done it several times when he's on that node. He's a little bit more annoying when he's on I'm trying to remember what number that node is, but the node just before that one. I definitely don't want to use Corvus for that node. Because all those armor ups that you saw there that wasn't getting taken down, I'll get those bleed direct damage effects. The bleed won't bother me, but the damage effects will. All right, now this fight is the fight that I was worried about. I haven't done this fight before on this node, and I'm using Kushala, so I'm like, okay, let's, you know, I see the indestructible, and I'm like, okay, I got a plan. My plan is to get to a special 2 as quickly as possible and hit him with that special 2, right? Problem is, this is a shifting node. Shock. She is not shock immune. And it's also bleed. She is bleed immune. Now, when I first saw this, I was concerned because she was not shock immune, which means I would have to play around that shock phase. And of course, he starts in the shock phase. So now I'm like, okay, let's do nothing for a little bit here. We don't want to get the shock on us. And every time I tried to parry him, he got, you know, power because of the node. Okay, now he's already, you know, in his glancing phase. And look at that. Bam. And now I'm thinking, boy, I should have done my indestructible. Okay, look at this. Now I'm getting shocked. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, okay, that didn't look too bad. That didn't look too bad. But he wasn't finished. But I survived it. Okay. So here I am. I'm like, all right. I see all those shocks are building up because of the, you know, node. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. This is just bad. You know, I'm not playing this the way that I need to play it. And at this point, I already know I'm dead. Couldn't even take a blocked hit, really. So I'm just like, well, Deathless season ended before it started. Remember last season, I actually had a Deathless season, my first and only Deathless season ever. And so I was like, I wonder how this season's gonna go. Yeah, it won't be Deathless. We started out with a death. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I kind of understand a little bit better now what I need to do in this fight. Okay, so heal up, and we're gonna go back in. Now, I seriously thought about using Corvus. I really did. But I did not want to use Corvus and find out there was a reason that they didn't assign Corvus for this fight, and then I lose and, you know, die a second time. So I was like, no, Kushala can do this fight. Okay, so you see here, you know, what I really should have done is that right there. Okay, so that gave me a little bit more time. Okay, and now I can hit him while he's in the, you know, bleed phase here. Okay, and of course he's not going to fire his special until he's in the shock phase, so I can't hit him. you know, that's par for the course. All right, so I'm watching. I'm waiting for the shock to go away. I did the parry to get rid of the buff eating. And as you can see, we're doing much better now. Woo! Almost pushed him to another special 3. All right, hit him with a nice special 1. And you'll notice, I love the root. He's like, oh, you want to try and get away from me when I've got that radiation? Nah, son. Stay a little closer. But at this point, I'm just trying to rush in and finish it quick. But you can see in the beginning, I saw what I needed to do. If I had fought like that the first time, we could have done this and not died. But I'm more familiar with the fight now. All right. But anyway, that is it for the fighting that I did in this war. We'll be back and you will find out just how this war ended. And we're back, and unfortunately we lost this war. First war of the season. We're starting it off with a loss. Get the dust shook off and all that good stuff. And thanks to the new scoring, this is not as severe as it has been in the past. So not as big of a deal. Let's take a look here. And they really just, they smashed us. I saw that as the war was progressing. They had us good. Like, look at our defender kills. Now, when I looked, it was 30 to like 8, something like that. And they had explored almost as much as we had. So I was like, whoo, they spanking us. But in any case, let's see how the next war goes, all right? So that is going to do it for the video. Take care. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the video. And you all have a blessed day.
Arena and chill grind, that's how we roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. In the fight, he's swift, his tactics be tight. Lord Shadows in the arena, ready to ignite. From the streets to the screen, his skills be renowned. In the world of Marvel, Lord the King crown.